Hey, Frank here. Welcome to Springer's Adventures. Today we're going to be cleaning some cast iron skillets. The process I'm using is electrolysis, and I made my own little tank. This is nothing new. You see it, find it all over YouTube, all over the internet. I actually learned about this probably when I was back in, I know I learned about it when I was back in high school. We actually had a electrolysis cleaning tank back in our shop class. I used to clean a lot of old automotive parts and stuff like that with it. So this little process, it's great. You could use it for cleaning old exhaust manifolds, you know, cast iron of anything, regular steel parts. Never tried it on aluminum or anything like that. I don't think it would be good for that. I may be wrong. Don't quote me by any means. But I've always just used it on heavy duty steel things. I've used it on old tools, wrenches, axe heads, you name it. But today we're going to be cleaning some old cast iron cookware. We do collect cast iron cookware as well, mostly, you know, very, very old stuff here, 100 years old or plus. So we're going to clean this old cast iron skillet. Like I said, this process is good for anything. I got some old parts off your bike you need to clean, some old parts off your hot rod you want to clean, some tools out of the toolbox. Hey, it'll do the trick. So come along, let's show you how I built this little tank up here and how I clean my parts. Let's go. All right, so here's the little tank that I made in my little electrolysis tank. Basically what I did is I just took a couple pieces of rebarb that I'd cut, one there, one on the opposite side. I did connect them with some wire that went all the way around, as you can tell, and the wire is twisted into the copper there. And like I said, it comes around to the other side and it's connected back over right there. So that is your tank. It's nothing more than just like an old used 20 gallon, whatever they call these things, little storage container. I have a piece of wood running across the top, another piece of wire, and that's what we're going to hang our parts from. We're actually going to do our cast iron pots right now. Let's see here. So we're going to fill this up with some water first, and I'm using, like I said, we're going to use washing soda. I'll show you a picture of that. Like I said, you want to use washing soda. This is Arm & Hammer's, not baking soda or washing baking soda, but actually just washing soda. I put this in probably about a half a cup per 5 gallons of water. So as I fill that up, I'm going to put enough water in there basically to cover the parts I want to clean. So about a half a cup of this per 5 gallons of water. I want to swish it around, make sure it gets dissolved pretty good. Okay. All right, let's get some of that water in that container. All right, so I put like 15 gallons of water in there, put about a cup and a half of the washing soda. I stirred it up in the 5-gallon wash bucket there before I poured it in. You can see how it has a kind of a milky color. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get yourself an old battery charger. Not one of the new ones, not one of the smart ones. You want one of the old ones, the ones without a computer or a board telling it what to do. I have my old die-hard one here. I've had for, oh God, longer than I care to remember. And this thing just works out perfectly for something like that. I usually put it on the deep maintenance cycle all the way down to 2 amps. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to hook up your positive to this right here. And you're going to put the negative to this right there. You're going to attach your part to this thing down in there. And when you turn it on, we're going to start to watch it sizzle. And this is going to do its magic cleaning this cast iron. So let's go get it apart.
So just in case you're wondering why you heard those planes fly by, I actually was filming this on December 7th. December 7th being the date that Pearl Harbor was attacked. I live close to an air ranch here in Central Florida. There's several old World War II planes that reside at the ranch, and there's also several throughout Central Florida. So on that date in particular, they normally do a flyby in remembrance of Pearl Harbor. So that's why you heard them flying through there.
So the first thing I'm going to try cleaning here, this is actually an old cast iron pan. This is an old, you can see it's an old Wagner Weare. This is probably about 70 years old or so. And as you can tell, it's pretty crusty. I mean, I tried cleaning a little spot right there, but it's pretty crusty. You can't see anything on there. The inside as well. What is a little bit smooth, I mean, what is a little bit clean is very smooth. So this is going to come out a really nice one. But you can see how much stuff has been caked up over the many years. I've done this numerous times before. This works really nice. I think there's even a number there. Can't see nothing. So let's go ahead and get this in the tank and get ready to start cleaning it. All right, she's all plugged in, all hooked up. I'll come back in a couple minutes and you'll actually see if this thing is starting to work, because you'll see the water starting to bubble, and you'll see the junk starting to be cleaned off of the item. It'll start to rise up to the surface. So let's give it a couple minutes and we'll come back. All right, I don't know if you could tell, but if you're looking at that water, you'll see some bubbles, some gases coming up. If you get real close down there, see them coming up, that means it's working. So starting to clean. As you can tell, I'm doing this outside. They say it produces, I guess, like a hydrogen gas, and we don't want any of that exploding around us. Not that I'm smoking or anything like that, so, but I guess it's probably not the best thing to be sitting over top of. Lord knows I've done my share of bad things in life, between hot rods and Harleys and big old semi-diesel trucks. I've sniffed enough of the gases, I'm assuming. Don't need another one to add to it. All right, we'll let that go for a while. It's boiling like crazy now. So this is after about 4 hours. You can tell how it's really cleaning up everything, and the two things are going toward the rods, and you just see the junk that's floating to the surface there from this. All right, so this is about 12 hours so far in there. I took it out and I just kind of rinsed it off, so you can see everything starting to clean up. As far as any of the rusty stuff, it's pretty much gone. So now it's just it's eating on that 50 plus years of baked on grease on it. You can see where it's starting to come off and everything. I'll flip it around upside down for you. So you can see that as well. So it's really starting to clean up around there. So it's looking good. And let's put it back in. All right, so 24 hours. Gonna pull this thing out and see how it looks. We pulled it out at about 12 hours. So let's take a look at 24 hours. As you can tell, there is just a lot of junk down there. I mean, it is thick, especially by the rods there, but it's pretty nasty. Let's check it out and see how it looks. All right, so just took it out of there. Let's check it out. Looking pretty clean. Let me take a little bit of steel wool to this thing and see how it cleans up. All right, so finished rinsing it out there. Do some 4/0 steel wool on there, and this. I'm gonna go in there and clean out the script and the numbers, and then wait for it to dry. I'll take a picture of it before my wife begins to season this thing. All right, so here's the finished product. Ended up coming out pretty nice. It is smooth as can be. Clean that all up as well. So it came out pretty nice.
All right, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and bring it in the house. My wife usually rinses it out one more time with water and a real mild dish soap. And then she goes ahead and dries it very well, puts it on the stove top to turn the heat on low just to make sure the cast irons will dry. And this is what it looks like after she's coated it with some vegetable oil. I'm not going to go through the whole seasoning process. It takes a while for her to do that, putting it in the oven and stuff. But the whole point of this was just to show you how you can clean up an old cast iron pot. Or again, like I said, you could use this on anything around the garage if you're like me, to clean up old cast iron parts, car parts, motorcycle parts, just regular steel parts. This just does a great job. So I hope that helps some people out. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like that, hey, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much, and we'll see you here just in a bit. Take care.